Vampire Diaries ran for 8 years.
Yes.
It's been off the air now for 8 years. And what do you still see?
That we have to credit COVID for a lot of our growth, which is just insane because, people are at home and they're looking for a TV show to watch. And we bounced back so fast after COVID. Our visitor spending dropped about 5% in 2020, which isn't horrible. But from 2020 to 2021, we increased by 20% in visitor spending in Newton County, which is just insane.
It is, but thank God for our governor. He opened the state up first in the union, and that helped.
That made a big difference.
It did, and so...
and people were pinned up ready to get out.
They quarantined, and they wanted to go, and then not only that, but this series came out in 2009, so a lot of our demographic people that come here now were not old enough to watch the show back then. So by Netflix picking it up, it allowed these people who were a little older, a whole new generation of Vampire Diary fans.
I love that. So talk a little bit about the event that you held and how many spin-off events have you created around the Vampire Diaries? And are there any other events around any of the other movies or series that have been filmed here?
Sure. So we have Epic Events and Entertainment is a great convention group that comes in twice a year, and they host Vampire Diaries conventions. So just last weekend we had 4 of the 5 major stars from the show, and then tons of others from across the series here doing interviews and photo ops and meet and greets. And we're really lucky in Covington that Vampire Diaries really stayed in Covington. We have our downtown, which is almost a character of the show.
It is.
And then less than a mile away is one of the main characters' houses, and across the street is another main character's house. And everything is really within about a mile of each other. So people can come to Covington and see all of these different sites. So it's so great that Epic comes here to do their conventions because they get to meet all of their people and then to see all of the sites at the same time.
What does that equate to in dollars and cents?
In 2023, we had about $130 million in visitor spending, according to the Department of Community Affairs.
Okay.
So they are coming here to spend a ton of money, which is incredible. We're so lucky.
And these are destination visitors who are coming in from all over the world.
Yep. When we were setting up, we had a family from England coming in here looking at some of the stuff that was on display, which was just incredible. And one of the common questions that I ask these folks is, are you passing through and stopping here on your way to somewhere else, or did you come here just for this? And this family from England came here just for this.
I love it. I love
Incredible.
it. As I have traveled, I just continue to be completely shocked at what I didn't know. As a lifetime resident of the state of Georgia and having traveled it pretty well, I had no clue of the history and the connection. So what you all have done here, I see as, an example. You are like the model for all of these other communities to take a road trip, come see what you've done, and not replicate what you've done, but take those ideas and that creativity back and say, okay, what do we have that we can do something totally different but unique? As ETAG goes around and actually, is asked to present, I'm encouraging them to get all of their Main Street business together, retail, hotel, restaurants, everybody. How do you all work together on Main Street?
We have monthly merchant meetings where we get all of our folks together. So those are really important when we do have the Vampire Diaries conventions. We had 5,000 additional people than a normal Saturday on the square this past Saturday when they're here. So we need to prepare and make sure that we're all on the same page when those folks are coming through. So we do meet really regularly. I think that one of the things that our downtown does really well is they have some sort of vampire or film merchandise in their store that still fits their aesthetic.
Yes.
So we have, a home design store that has really cute Vampire Diaries tea towels and Christmas ornaments, and our soap store has the different scents that are like, vampire blood or Sweet Caroline or something like that. That does really well. So they can still have their small town store for the local people and still help our visitors when they're coming into.
Yes. I love that.
And Laura does a lot of work. She sends out a lot of emails. Hey, this is happening. This is coming up. Anybody have any questions? She's very involved. So that helps a lot.
Well, it goes back to the communication, you know, and the collaboration. And I think that ultimately is a core of, it's certainly a key ingredient in success, is if everybody's talking to each other, everybody knows what's going on and they're prepared. Because obviously when you roll out the red carpet to visitors from around the world, you want to make sure when they get here, their experience is very positive. Everyone who visits is associated with a company, a business, something, and you never know what you're going to spark. So when you're rolling out the red carpet to a visitor who may be here as a tourist, you don't know what's going to come out of that and what they may bring back to Covington later, which is super exciting. So. Well, I can't thank the two of you enough. I feel like you definitely are like the spotlight for Georgia in terms of how to do this right. And I'm excited for all of our viewers to be able to listen and learn from your experience. So you might be getting lots of calls from people.
Yeah. We'd love to host them.
Well, I tell them, like, just pack up and do a day trip to Covington. Take your entire city council, all the leadership in your community, and take a trip to Covington. And I think they would be more than inspired. And start to realize like just what opportunity they do have in their community. So thank you so much for what you do every day, and thank you for taking the time to be a guest with us today.
Sure. Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you for coming.